Hey guys, Virtual Palooza is going on with various events across all of the sites, and I am choosing to talk about Neopets right now because Neopets Charity Corner is ongoing. I've been using the Jellyneo resource as I work through Charity Corner. This year, the Charity Corner is a free-for-all with every item having a value, and the Jellyneo guide tells you what that conversion rate is for each item. Another feature Jellyneo has built for this is the SDB price checker, which you load in the page source from your safety deposit box from one page, and it reads from it the name of the items, and it gives you how much that item is worth in Neopoints, the quantity of it you have, and also what the Charity Corner value is. Now, if you do have a very large safety deposit box like I do, this means having to check each page individually, which takes a long amount of time. However, it's an incredibly useful tool. The Charity Corner is a recurring event on Neopets that basically exists to purge items from the website. I think it's very interesting that they've developed this. I think that websites that have items that could be generated from dailies that are not necessarily incredibly usable can learn from this as a case study, because this is something that Neopets has struggled for very many years, balancing their item economy when there are so many useless items, and they have many exercises in how to address this, and this is just one of the most recent iterations. I find this very interesting, and I think it's worth paying attention to. Last year, it was one of my main goals for the year in gaming that I would reduce my safety deposit box and completely liquidate all my assets, and then get rid of all my Neopoints and document how a person could go to Neopoints with basically no starting point and make a lot of Neopoints. Basically, at the very beginning with no assets. And I've been putting it off because it's just so hard to do. So I approached this Charity Corner, I sat down and I said, I know that Dapper Volk is happening. I know that Flight Rising has a registration window right now, open registration, the largest event ever. But Neopets has given me the opportunity to really hand myself over to this process, so I need to just do it because I've played Neopets for most of my life, and I know that I'm going to continue playing it even while these other events are ongoing. And for me, this event is actually a little bit more of an opportunity of doing something unique than what those other sites are offering right now. However, I am still playing those, and it's interesting that I'm covering this and not those things so extensively. But, this isn't just a news channel. This is also hey, this is what I'm doing in my gaming life right now. And today I spent 4 hours doing Charity Corner, so thought you guys might like this update. Spliced in here is some footage of where I started. So at the beginning of recording this Charity Corner event, I had 1,617 unique items and 6,847 items overall. So that means I had a little bit over 1,500 items and multiples of many of those items. And the reason why that happened is just because last Charity Corner, or just generally over time, I just amassed great quantities of useless items, like 100 of a certain thing. And this is a huge exercise in getting rid of those. It's incredibly tedious. It's very time consuming to do, which is why I've been so explicitly focused on this, because it takes determination to get through this bulk of items, and it's something that I know if I put off, I'll never do. I've put it off for over a year, so I'm hammering through it right now, and I got the quantity to a little bit over 2,000 items, I believe, and I'm happier now with the amount of items in my safety deposit box than probably years when I was first trying to accumulate mass. Right now, I'm at 963 items and a quantity of 1,939. So that's under 2,000, and I'm really happy with that. It's still going to require a lot of work for me to get that down to maybe one page, especially when you're considering the majority of the pages are now Neocache items, which are a little bit harder to work with and to get rid of. When I announced my goal to get to a safety deposit box 0, there was a lot of backlash from people saying that I would be putting myself at a competitive disadvantage at the game Neopets if I got rid of all my items. And to that I say, last time I checked, nobody's ever won Neopets. There are many high score lists, but there are no winners. And this game is a simulation, and if everybody's putting in the same input, then everybody's getting similar output. I like to believe the reason why people watch my YouTube channel is not only because I'm covering interesting content that maybe other creators aren't, but because I have no problem doing weird, unique things to see how the environment responds and how that changes my form of gameplay. And that doesn't stop at Neopets. So yes, there is a certain advantage to some mini games on Neopets to have a vast variety of items in your safety deposit box. And I've lived that way for a long time, and now I want to do something different, and I'm happy to go through this exercise because I have to keep doing unique things in order to renew my interest of Neopets. One of my main goals of playing Neopets is continuing to do new things, and if I keep doing the same thing, then that puts me at a huge disadvantage. So sure, you are completely welcome to have that criticism, and I invite you to make your own videos about how you consistently do the same thing and how that works out for you. But here on my channel, I'm doing something interesting and unique, and I want to talk about it. And that thing right now is getting rid of all of my items and also all my Neopoints, and then documenting what it's like to generate them from scratch, the techniques that I use, and how you can employ it yourself. So I just kind of wanted to soapbox for a moment about that because it's an interesting thing to receive criticism on. It's like telling someone they're playing The Sims wrong. No, different people get different things out of things, and I think that's okay. And if you don't like what I do, then you don't really have to watch my channel. I just thought it was a really interesting point to get lectured on my own channel about how I'm playing a game wrong when I'm still getting enjoyment and entertainment out of it, and that's kind of the point of games. Yeah, soapbox rant over. That's pretty much everything about Charity Corner. I will update you guys in the future when I do hit safety deposit box 0. There are a lot of large ticket items in my safety deposit box that don't make sense to get rid of during Charity Corner just because they have higher worth. So that's going to be a longer process, and right now the shops are a little bit slow, user-ran shops, because everyone's liquidating their inventories. So I will update you in the future when I get to safety deposit box 0, and then there will be an entire process of getting rid of my Neopoints in a way that benefits my account, but also removes the Neopoints from me. And so I won't have an item asset, and I won't have a currency asset. I will just have a benefit applied to my account. So we will walk through that process a separate time. If you have been wanting to play Flight Rising, right now, open registration for the rest of forever, but you should sign up now because an event is ongoing. And if you want to play Dapper Volk, they are having open registration windows. You need to consider how you're going to play what you're going to play, and I've done coverage on both of those. I'm excited to continue that coverage. However, I have no idea for how long Charity Corner is going to go, and so this video was a little bit higher priority. Thank you guys for watching. Definitely let me know in the comments what you think, and I will talk to you guys soon. All right, bye.